This video is brought to you by
Cool Grain Clothing. We done gone worldwide and we coming straight out of Baltimore. Come on down, shop with us at 215 West Saratoga Street. And if you can't come and shop with us in person, go online right now at coolgrainclothing.com and make your purchase. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way, and that's just basic.
What's going on, YouTube, fam? This your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one, fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. Let's get right into the story. Some people feel like money is the root of all evil, while others understand money is just a tool necessary for survival in life. Most of our everyday needs we have to pay for, like food, clothes, a place to stay. And to have those things, it takes some kind of money. Now, what people choose to do and are willing to do for the money can become the evil part. We all know that dollar bill can make family turn on family, friends turn on friends, especially if you are dealing with individuals that value money more than relationships. While most individuals have a cutoff point on what they are willing to do to keep some money flowing, some don't. It's by any means necessary. Brother, waking up, taking penitentiary chances, hitting the block every day, seeing what they can make shake, scamming to hit a lick, and sometimes it gets real deep. Some people will even take hits for a few dollars. In most cities around the world, it's a known fact. It's paid shooters around. Meaning, if you got a problem with somebody, you want them out the way, you can drop a bag and send a blitz. For the shooter, it's not personal, just business. But we never really stop and think, is this money really worth my freedom? Until it's too late. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we'll be discussing a case of a hit for hire plot on two friends that turned into a crash out mission. Back in 2022, 23-year-old Leon Davis Jr. and 24-year-old William Furby III, who friends called Ace and Ferb, were homeboys and navigating the streets of Baltimore together. William was described as a ladies' man, always chopping it up with women. He was very close to his mother as she was his best friend. Big on sports, music, and cooking, William mostly stayed low, vibing with his friends and family, with dreams of being an entrepreneur, owning his own landscaping company one day. Leon, who liked fashion, jewelry, and making money, was a father and also trying to stay low. The two young men mostly rotated with each other. In another part of town was a 22-year-old man named Twan Blanchard, who everybody called Lil Twan. Twan was also trying to figure out life. Young with a child himself, he knew he needed money to survive. In August of that year, an opportunity would present itself. Twan and two other young men were talking about getting some money when one of his peoples said, "I know somebody who trying to pay for some bodies," meaning hit for hire, which would turn Lil Twan and his crew to Hitman. As they dwelled on it, days went by before they decided they needed the bread, and they were all in. Leon and William usually could be found sliding through the city together and often hung out in Northwest Baltimore. On August 12th, 2022, that day, it wasn't no different. The two friends had linked up and was shaking and baking up until that night. They headed to the 4000 block of Wabash Avenue and parked up. Little did they know, somebody had been doing homework on them and was watching their moves. As the friends sat in the whip, chopping it up, a car sped by and multiple shots went off from two different guns. Since it was a little bit after 8 p.m. on a summer night in the city, there was a lot of witnesses outside who saw what happened and called BPD. Police responded to the scene after 8:30 p.m. to find both William and Leon in the car suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. And unfortunately, both young men will be pronounced gone on the scene. Police found over 25 9mm and 40 shell casings. A witness told them they saw a red 4-door vehicle with tents fleeing the scene. Not too long after that, a woman called 911 and reported her 2008 red Acura stolen. She stated it happened about 7 a.m. that morning. Somebody took her car from in front of her home. A report was filed, and a few hours later, at about 11 p.m., the whip was found after being set on fire in the 1200 block of North Franklin Town Road. As detectives dug deeper into the double homicide of the young man, a reward was put out for information. The amount was soon doubled from $8,000 to $16,000 due to the style of the ambush. As police put 2 and 2 together about the witness stating it was a red Acura and a young lady reporting her red Acura stolen minutes after the shooting, they decided to go speak to her. During her interview, she had holes in her story. When asked why she didn't report the car stolen earlier that day, since it was the morning, and waited till the night, she began to crack. She told detectives her baby father called her on the night of August 12th, the same night as the hit, and told her to report her car stolen. She claimed she heard 2 other men in the background. Then she stated 3 days later, after the 2 friends' case hit the news, he told her him and his peoples took that hit for money. When asked who her baby father was, she stated the Twan. The young man was soon picked up and taken in for questioning. At first, he denied any involvement in the situation until a search of his phone records, which put him at the scene of the shooting. He stated he was just a getaway driver though, not the shooter. He was taken into custody, charged with 2 counts of first-degree hit, 2 counts of conspiracy to commit a hit, and 2 counts of using a firearm in commission of a felony. His baby mother was charged with accessory after the fact, but would soon agree to testify. As the case started making its way to trial, information came out pointing to the 2 other men as the Twan's cousins. Prosecutors claimed the young men took on a hit for hire plot because they badly needed money. The Twan's lawyer argued the young man tried to distance himself and better himself after being locked up by getting his GED and talking to his son on a daily. But he also had a pending charge of involuntary manslaughter, where he was speeding in a whip, crashed, and his passenger lost their life. As his BM took the stand, she explained the events leading up to the hit. She stated it was all for money. All charges against her were dropped, as both Williams and Leon's family filled the courtroom. They showed no pity for Twan, stating they felt he was a menace to society, who took Leon away from his young daughter and William away from his family for a few dollars. The judge agreed, and in the end, at just 25 years old, the Twan was found guilty on all charges and hit with 4 life sentences plus 40 years. As the judge stated, he would never walk the streets again. I'm not sure if his co-defendants made their way to trial yet. Rest in peace to William and Leon. I send my prayers and condolences to their families. It's not clear if Twan knew the 2 men or if the hit was just business in his eyes. But the love of money got Shorty smashed. At 25 years old, he probably will never see the streets again. He sold himself, his baby mother, and son short. Now he has to grow up without his father and navigate the streets. The crazy thing is, in situations like this, it's somebody sitting up playing chess, using Shorty and them as pawns, while most of the time, the money man or person who dropped the bag is still out here free, living life, while 3 other lives are lost. Unfortunately for the Twan, he had to learn the hard way. Sometimes it's life for a life. But hey, that's the Baltimore way. Man, crazy story. Rest in peace, them 2 young men. Like I said, I send my prayers to their family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Leave it in the comments. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. This is another episode of the Baltimore Way. It's your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.